These stars lost hundreds of millions. Some bounced back and rebuilt their fortunes, while others sank even deeper. Some went broke from extravagant spending, others from failed business ventures. One celebrity was $500 million in the hole when he passed, but still remains one of the highest-earning deceased stars. So let's skip the usual intro and jump straight into the list. Starting with 50 freaking Cent. Before filing for bankruptcy, rapper Curtis 50 Cent Jackson had made serious money from music and even more from his highly successful business ventures, including $100 million from his vitamin water deal and selling his stake in Effin' Vodka. Despite these massive earnings, 50 Cent shocked fans in 2015 by filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. At one point, he had a net worth near $100 million, but he claimed $36 million in debt against less than $20 million in assets. The filing came after a string of costly lawsuits, including a $7 million judgment linked to a leaked sex tape. A court-approved plan allowed him to repay roughly $23 million and emerge debt-free by 2017. Today, Jackson has fully rebuilt his fortune and is estimated to be worth around $60 million, partly thanks to the 700 Bitcoin he received years ago, which he still holds, now worth tens of millions. Up next, we have Burt Reynolds. At the peak of his career in the early 1980s, Hollywood icon Reynolds was estimated to be worth $60 million. That's like having $200 million today. A major box office draw and one of the biggest sex symbols of the 70s and early 80s, Reynolds seemed untouchable. When he married Lonnie Anderson in 1988, his prenup listed his net worth at $15 million. But bad investments, including the restaurant The Folks, along with several costly lawsuits, forced him to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. At the time, his assets totaled $6.65 million, while his debts reached $11.2 million. By the time of his passing, Reynolds' net worth had fallen to just $500,000. Next, before his fame, Larry King had a financial setback. Technically, he didn't go broke, but he was accused of misusing $5,000 from a business partner. By 1978, he owed $350,000 and filed for bankruptcy. Ironically, that same year he landed a new gig that eventually became Larry King Live, launching him into stardom. A guaranteed salary of $7 million in 1998 with CNN, along with stock options, helped him fully rebuild his fortune. By the time of his passing in 2021, Larry King was worth an estimated $50 million, a comeback story proving it's never too late to turn things around. Next up is Toni Braxton. Braxton is one of the best-selling female R&B artists in history, having sold over 67 million records worldwide. Despite her massive success, her career has been marked by highly publicized financial setbacks. At the height of her fame in the late 1990s, she shocked fans by filing for bankruptcy in 1998, citing over $5 million in debt. Braxton bounced back with her 2000 album The Heat, which sold more than 2 million copies and produced the hit He Wasn't Man Enough. But her fortune took another hit a decade later. In October 2010, she filed for bankruptcy again, this time listing up to $50 million in debt against roughly $10 million in assets, leaving her with a negative net worth of $40 million. The financial troubles were caused by a combination of health problems that forced her to cancel her Las Vegas residency, overspending, and a series of costly contractual and legal disputes. She is currently worth around $8 million. Up next is the legendary Nicolas Cage. He once had a net worth well over $100 million, having earned at least $200 million from movie salaries alone between 1980 and 2010. But Cage's legendary spending habits soon caught up with him. Despite being one of Hollywood's highest-paid stars, poor tax management and risky real estate investments landed him in serious financial trouble. He famously burned through $150 million on castles, private islands, exotic pets, and luxury cars, including a Ferrari Enzo, before owing $14 million in back taxes. Cage avoided bankruptcy by working non-stop, taking roles in dozens of films to pay off his debts. Today, he's turned his finances around and is estimated to be worth around $40 million, a dramatic comeback for one of Hollywood's most eccentric stars. Next, the legendary director of The Godfather, Francis Ford Coppola. At various points in his career, Coppola's net worth ranged between $100 and $200 million, thanks to a booming winery business and decades of iconic films. But even Hollywood legends aren't immune to financial struggles. Many of his passion projects, films he self-financed, didn't perform well at the box office, putting significant strain on his finances. Coppola filed for bankruptcy twice. Today, his net worth is estimated at around $5 million. Next up, Academy Award winner Kim Basinger, one of Hollywood's biggest stars in the 1980s and 1990s. In 1989, Basinger made headlines by purchasing nearly the entire privately owned portion of Braselton, Georgia, about 1,691 acres, for $20 million. Unfortunately, the project went sideways, costing her millions. To make matters worse, she was hit with $8.9 million in damages after a high-profile legal battle over the controversial film Boxing Helena. In 1993, she filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Despite these setbacks, Basinger managed to rebuild her finances and is now estimated to be worth around $10 million. Next is one of MLB's great pitchers and Red Sox legend, Curt Schilling. During his professional baseball career, Schilling earned $114 million in salary alone, along with several million more from endorsements. But after retiring, his fortune took a huge hit. Schilling founded a video game company called 38 Studios, named after his jersey number. Unfortunately, due to poor financial decisions, the company collapsed, and Curt reportedly spent his entire estimated $50 million baseball fortune trying to save it. Today, he is estimated to be worth around $1 million. Next up, the famous 2.5 Men star, Charlie Sheen. At the height of his career, Sheen was making $1.25 million per episode. With a typical 24-episode season, that added up to roughly $48 million annually. But his fortune didn't last. Extravagant spending on addictions, prostitution, and an extremely erratic personal life took a huge toll. On top of that, prior to September 2016, he was paying $110,000 per month to 2 ex-wives and even blew his equity stake from 2.5 Men. Today, the rock star from Mars is estimated to be worth around $3 million. Next up, the legendary boxer, Mike Tyson. Tyson earned an estimated $400 million during his career, only to lose nearly all of it. Lavish homes, luxury cars, pet tigers, and a $9 million divorce settlement drained his fortune. In 2003, he filed for bankruptcy with $23 million in debt, including $13 million owed to the IRS. Once the most feared man in boxing, Iron Mike became a cautionary tale of how extravagance and poor management can destroy even astronomical earnings. Surprisingly, Tyson has turned his finances around through recent ventures and fight purses. His net worth is now estimated at $30 million. And finally, are you ready? This man was $500 million in the hole at the time of his tragic passing. This is none other than Michael freaking Jackson. The king of pop sold over 750 million albums in his lifetime, including 35 million in a year following his death. While his estate has gone on to earn over $2 billion since then, his personal finances were a disaster. To finance his lavish lifestyle, Michael took a $380 million loan from Bank of America, using his 50% ownership stake in the music publishing company Sony ATV as collateral. The interest alone ran into tens of millions annually. Within just a few years, he burned through the entire $380 million, plus another $120 million. Legal troubles also drained tens of millions more. At the time of his passing in 2009, Michael Jackson was $500 million in debt, a shocking contrast to the global icon he was. Sony ATV, which included the Beatles' catalog, became a crucial asset for the estate to rebuild his fortune posthumously. So, that's all for today. Until next time, cheers!